All her life, she received nothing but hate. This hate painted a fearsome devil in her personality.
Dispatch.
A devil so brutal that she was about to claim many lives until that one morning when everything would change for her. Welcome back to Paramount Recapped. I don't have many subscribers, but your single comment is a ray of hope to motivate me. The movie kicks off with a bang, literally. There's a pile of bodies, cash, and blood, as if someone thought, why not combine Monopoly, a crime scene, and a bad day at work? Sitting in the middle of the mess is Ariel Summers, calmly chatting on her phone, reflecting on fate.
Is this what I've been fighting for?
She wonders if this was her destiny or just really bad life choices. As the police burst in like they're late for a donut run, she gazes into the camera.
I knew I was going to be famous.
And says she always knew she'd be famous. Well, Ariel, some people go viral for dance videos, others, well, they leave a bit more collateral. Rewind a bit. Ariel lives in Florida with her hardworking mom, Janet,
Bob called me and some of the girls didn't show again.
who is dating Bobby, a guy who's basically the human embodiment of the Wi-Fi not working problem. Ariel's obsessed with social media, but her follower count is about as exciting as watching paint dry. One night, she heads to a party where she's dancing with a guy until his girlfriend shows up, throws a punch, and chaos erupts. Ariel wins the fight, and because nothing says social media fame like a good old-fashioned brawl, she gains 147 new followers. The world is a strange place. Soon after, Ariel meets Dean Taylor, a mysterious guy who's working on his car.
You gonna say something?
Dean's the new kid in town, living with his dad, and rumor has it he's fresh out of prison. Nothing says romance like, I was incarcerated.
You're gonna be staying around for a while then.
They hit it off at a party where Dean spills the beans about his criminal past, armed robbery, and assault. He's on parole, stuck with his abusive dad because, you know, Florida.
Daddy called me an accident and then
Ariel shares her dream of escaping to Hollywood and becoming famous, like a less glamorous version of the Kardashians. The two start dating,
nobody cares who I am.
and Dean teaches Ariel how to shoot a gun by aiming at cans. Nothing says relationship goals like gun practice. Ariel's friends get worried, telling her Dean's dangerous, but she brushes them off, because who needs safety when you have a boyfriend with a dark, mysterious past, right? One day, Ariel realizes that the little money she's saved has mysteriously disappeared. Furious, she storms into Janet and Bobby's room, convinced Bobby took it. Honestly, it wouldn't be surprising if Bobby's biggest talent was being shady. A fight breaks out, and Bobby pushes her, causing her to hit her head. Naturally, she swears she's going to kill him. That's one way to handle an argument. Storming out, Ariel heads straight to Dean's house. There, she finds Dean in the middle of a showdown with his father, who is beating him. Ariel tries to intervene, but the dad knocks her down like it's a weird family tradition at this point. Dean fights back, and his father takes a tumble down the stairs, hitting his head and dying. Dean freaks out, but Ariel is like, relax, let's hit the road and never look back, because fleeing the scene always works in movies, right? With no money, Ariel has a brilliant idea. Let's rob a gas station, because when you're low on cash, robbing places is obviously the most logical step. Dean pulls off the robbery, while Ariel live streams it, because if you're not posting your crimes for clout, are you even a criminal? The next day, Ariel's account blows up with 3,000 followers, which is great if you're an influencer, but not so great if you're a criminal. Dean's furious she's broadcasting their crimes, but Ariel, ever the tech genius, assures him she's using an IP blocker. Oh sure, that'll definitely fool the police. Running low on cash again, Dean suggests robbing a marijuana dispensary, because why not upgrade from gas stations? This time, Ariel's the one doing the heist, while Dean films her. Their spree continues, gaining her over 3 million followers, because apparently, people love a good crime wave when it's on social media. Fame achieved, maybe not the type Ariel originally wanted, but hey, you take what you can get. Unfortunately, the law catches up to them, and soon their faces are plastered all over the news. Dean is not thrilled about their new level of fame, but Ariel's basically celebrating like, we made it. The world's first influencers/criminals hybrid. While on the road, they get pulled over by a cop. Dean, the voice of reason finally, tells Ariel to stay cool, but she decides cool is overrated and gets out of the car. Dean follows, and when the officer pulls his gun, Ariel shoots him. There's definitely no turning back now. They go into hiding, but Ariel quickly grows restless. her follower count is dropping, and for her, that's the real crisis here. Dean's trying to explain that, they're on the run from the law, but Ariel's more concerned about losing internet fame. Priorities, right? Dean points out that she's not doing this for him. She's doing it for the followers and the fame. Determined to stay in the limelight, Ariel goes solo and robs another gas station, even though they've got enough cash. During the robbery, a customer startles her, and she accidentally shoots him. In the chaos, the clerk grabs a gun and shoots Ariel in the shoulder. Wounded, she flees back to Dean, who's understandably livid. Now, everyone knows exactly where they are. The police close in, leading to a wild car chase and shootout. In the chaos, they realize they've left their stolen cash behind, because what's a crime spree without some epic blunders? Dean removes the bullet from Ariel's shoulder, and despite the pain, Ariel takes pictures of her injury to share with her followers. Dean gets frustrated again, seeing that her focus is still on social media. Ariel, however, blames fate, but Dean isn't buying it and says that everything happening is her fault. He holds her responsible, pointing out that her showing up at his house is what ultimately led to his dad's death. In response, Ariel slaps him several times, but then quickly kisses him, and the fight ends. Realizing they need to get rid of their truck, they plan their next move. A woman named Elle is driving through Caesarea when she spots their broken-down vehicle. She pulls over to help, but Ariel pulls out her gun and demands they stay with her for the night. Surprisingly, Elle reveals that she follows Ariel online and already knew who they were before stopping. Once they arrive at Elle's house, Dean asks why she's a fan of Ariel. Elle admits that her own life hasn't turned out well, and following Ariel's journey makes her feel inspired. Dean is baffled, telling her that no one should want to be like them. The next day, Elle drives them through a police checkpoint. The officers ask both Elle and Ariel to step out of the car while Dean hides in the trunk. Although the police open the trunk, Dean is hidden under a blanket and manages to avoid being caught. Once they pass the checkpoint, Dean and Ariel take Elle's car, leaving her behind. They give her a bottle of water and tell her to walk back to the gas station they passed, suggesting she report the car stolen to get insurance money. Elle wants to come along, but Dean refuses. Before they leave, Ariel takes a picture with Elle and promises that people will want to talk to her after the post. Ariel and Dean continue driving, with Ariel suggesting that Elle could have joined them. Dean, however, insists that bringing her along would have been dangerous, likely getting her killed. They soon arrive at the home of Dean's contact, Kyle, who is holed up with a stash of guns and drugs along with his crew. Kyle's group is planning a bank robbery and needs a few more gunmen. Ariel is eager to join in, convinced it'll be a big score, but Dean is hesitant, thinking it's a bad idea. He wants to leave for Mexico instead, but Ariel is focused on the money and the attention from her followers. Dean finally agrees, but makes her promise that after this job, they'll leave together. During the robbery, Kyle strictly forbids any social media activity, but Ariel can't resist and starts live streaming to her 5 million followers. Things quickly go wrong when the money Kyle expected to find isn't there. He snaps and kills one of the bank employees in a fit of rage. As they try to escape, they realize the police have already surrounded the building, all thanks to Ariel's live broadcast. Kyle figures out what happened and turns his gun on her, furious. Ariel yells at him, frustrated that the six-figure payout they were promised didn't materialize. A shootout breaks out between Kyle's crew and Dean and Ariel. Amid the chaos, Kyle and Dean shoot each other. Ariel rushes to Dean's side, kissing him as he bleeds out and dies in her arms. The story circles back to the movie's opening scene, where Ariel talks to her followers on a live stream. She questions if this was always her destiny and if this is what she fought for. As the police close in to arrest her, Ariel drops her phone. When she's brought out of the bank, she's greeted by a crowd of fans, holding signs and cheering for her. She sees her fame has only grown.